Hi, this is an abbreviated group presentation I give to people considering becoming a private lender. Since you've already seen the advantage of lending your money, I'm skipping much of that presentation. Here I want to focus on the company my wife and I run and what you are investing in. I grew up in Maryland, Perry Hall, went through the Perry Hall school system from the annex through the high school. I met my wife Lori in college. I was a senior and she was a freshman. We decided it would be better for her if I took a job in the frigid Northeast, her hometown, St. Albans, Vermont, which is 30 miles south of the Canadian border. Now, I don't like skiing and I don't like the snow, but we figured she'd be less distracted as she pursued becoming a registered nurse. We were married after her graduation. We've got 3 kids, Stephen our oldest, Rachel our middle child, and Patrick our youngest. We moved to Maryland from Vermont in 1983 and currently live in the Perry Hall, Nottingham area. Shortly after moving down, I began my real estate investing career with a house in Reisterstown, Maryland. Let's talk a little bit about private lending. You might be surprised to hear that you've been a private lender for quite some time. If you've got a savings or checking account, you've been lending your money to the bank to do with what they want, and in return they pay you a measly interest rate, which is much lower than what they charge me. Now, as a private lender, I would think that you would want an investment that's secure, that's going to return your principal, that's pretty much hassle-free, and offers yields greater than what the banks are offering. And it has to be safe. And that's what this is all about. As long as you're not over-leveraged, investing with a real estate investor is a very safe and secure place, simply because you're holding a mortgage on real estate. We've been buying and selling homes in Baltimore County since 1987. We buy to remodel and resell, and we also buy for rentals. I usually turn properties around in about 6 months, 3 months for rentals. My goal when I purchase a property is to purchase something with good bones, good structure. Then, after I remodel it, it'll sell quickly. I like to create homes that a new home buyer will love, and I've been successful at it. I'd like to be more successful, and in order to do that, I need to increase my number of funding sources, and that's where you come in. The first house I bought at auction, and I decided to sell it off to another investor right away because they wanted a rental. And when I was finished, he said, "Bring me more deals, Steve." Well, who are we? We are an LLC in Maryland. We buy and remodel homes for resale, usually for first-time home buyers, and we try to structure the deal so that we can pay for most of the closing costs. Our primary goal is just like any other company, just like you as a private lender. We want to make money. But we're only going to make money ethically and safely, and we're not going to take advantage of anyone. When I sold a home in Middle River, I was able to structure the deal where I paid most of their closing costs, which allowed them to become first-time buyers, and they were very, very happy. Since 1985, I've been studying this business continually. I've taken the Carlton Cheats course, a good starter course. I took and passed the 60-hour real estate agent course. I passed the AREI real estate investors course. I became interested in purchasing homes through the county tax sale, so I went to the expert, John Beck, and completed his course of study. Valuing a property is very important, so I attended and passed the 75 classroom hour courses for all appraisers. And of course, financing is important, and I wanted to find out more about mortgages, so I took the 40-hour classroom course on how to become a mortgage originator. Now, I'm not a realtor, I'm not an appraiser, I'm not a mortgage originator. But it was critical to me to understand those aspects of the business. Could I have done this without doing that? Sure. Am I better prepared because I did that? I feel absolutely. One of our goals is to create safe homes. If something isn't up to code, we don't cover it up, we make it right. Another important goal is to make sure that the people who lend us money make money, because if you make money, then you'll lend us money again. We have always returned all the principal as well as all the interest due on all of our loans. We've never missed a payment. This goal may be one of the most important ones. I have a passion for real estate investing. I look at real estate differently when I go on vacation. It just is something I really enjoy. The whole process of finding the property, designing the rehab, overseeing the construction, and helping someone get into that property. I love it. And this business allows me to do what I have a passion for. And I can share it with my wife. I also feel that we've been very blessed in this country, and I have committed to giving a portion of the profit per house to an organization who can build a home in a third world country for $4,000. It's not a mansion, but it's leaps and bounds above what they had before. As I sold a townhouse in Towson, the father told me that this would be the perfect home for his young family. Let's look at the process graphically. Once I know how much money I have available, then I'll go out and look for a house. And I'll look and I'll look and I'll look and I'll find just the right house. I'll put a contract in on the house, it'll be accepted, and I'll come to you and show you the deal, show you what the ARV is, after repair value, and how much money I need for the deal. If the numbers still work out for you, then at that point you'll forward the money on to the closing agent who will hold on to it. Then, once the closing agent has your money, he'll go through the paperwork required, creating a deed of trust, a promissory note, a title insurance, hazard insurance, as well as an after repair valuation will be there. Once the closing agent releases the funds, I remodel like crazy. And then I turn it over to a realtor to sell. Then, once he has it sold, it goes to a second closing agent. That agent will then forward the funds back to you, or if this money came out of your IRA, it'll go back to your custodian. And then, if you're happy, we'll do it all again. I'm often asked, how can we buy so far under market? Well, our specialty is distressed properties, and that usually means renovation. We know where to look, we know what to buy, we know what not to buy, which may be more important sometimes, and we know how to renovate properly. We create value by taking ugly vacant homes that are eyesores and putting them back into use after renovation. Usually the next question that comes up is, well, how can we be so sure we're going to be able to sell the house when it's finished? Well, people are still buying homes. Ask any realtor. The market is slower, but people are still buying homes. We price our homes a little under the market, or we offer incentives to help the buyer. Our renovations always attract as many buyers as possible, and we always give them more than what they thought they were going to get when they buy one of my houses. If we can't find a buyer within a reasonable time, we can always set up a rent-to-own situation, so that within a year they'll be able to buy that house. Regardless, you will always be paid. One of our biggest concerns, and probably yours as well, is the protection of the principal. Well, our policy is not to borrow more than 75% of the property's worth for rehab. This fully protects you better than the banks protect themselves. They consistently lend at 90%, 100%, some even 105% and 125% of the value. They are over-leveraged in the property. You will never be over-leveraged in the property. If the home is worth $150,000, this means that I would not borrow more than $112,000. This gives you a secure position of a $38,000 cushion. Being a private lender is just like being a bank, and you'll get the same security documents that a bank requires. You'll get a promissory note that's in your name. You'll have a recorded mortgage deed of trust with you as the beneficiary. You're going to have a hazard insurance policy with you as the beneficiary. The lender's title insurance is in your name, and you will also have an after-repair valuation. All of this is at no expense to you whatsoever. All of this is to make sure your loan is secure. Well, I have never had anyone not like the home that they buy from me. One realtor actually says it's another Steve Brown because I give them so much value for their money. But what do we do with the property? Well, this one was one of our larger projects. We took a 2-bedroom, made it into a 3-bedroom. As you can see, the front is completely overgrown. No one has lived in this house for decades. This is the kitchen. It is in need of a bit of a remodel. Here's one of the bedrooms. That's the back of my wife. Now, she's not saying, what have we gotten ourselves into? She's probably thinking, well, if we pull up the carpet, put down some hardwood, put some paint on the walls, this place will look nice. These are the plans. We doubled the square footage of this property, and we added a bedroom, a bathroom, and a utility room. Here we're pouring the crawl space foundation. Everything was gutted down to the cinder block. New walls, new drywall, new electrical, new plumbing, new floors. If it went in this place, it was new. It was great. We reconfigured the kitchen with a walk-in pantry. We re-landscaped the yard, put in double sinks in the master bath as well as the main bath. We put a cultured marble tub surround around the tub in both bathrooms. His and her closets in the master. Hers is a bit larger, of course. We replaced the hardwood floors throughout the house. Add a little bistro table in the kitchen. Stainless steel appliances. And that's what we can do with your money. Most of our projects are not this big, but I thought it would be nice for you to take a look at what we can do. When this couple did purchase this house, they told my wife, "Take our money and do it again for somebody else. We love this place." That's a little bit about our company and ourselves. What follows are a few after pictures of the houses we've done over the years. Please feel free to call. I hope that you will become a private lender for us. My number is 410-812-6337. Thank you very much.